Hey there folks, this is Greeny and this is something that somebody has been asking me to make for I think about a month now, but I'm only now getting around to making it. So it's my PS3 game collection. I'm gonna show you every one of them and give you, I suppose, a bit of opinion on them all. I don't know, what do you put in these sort of things? Anyway, let's make a start. It's quite a few of them, but not that many considering the PS3 has been out for a long time now. 6 years? Something like that. So anyway, let's make a start. Persona 4 Arena, number 1. This is a anime style fighting game. If you play Blaze Blue, you know the sort of thing that's coming. I do like it. I got it mainly because it's Persona 4. I don't normally like these type of fighting games, nor do I really like the sort of Tekken style or anything like that. But I thought I'd get this because it's Persona 4, and it's got online fighting, which most of them do have now, but, you know, it's fun. It is fun. It's fun to play with people online, only because I know a couple of people who play it online. I don't think I'd like the game quite so much if it was anything else like that. Let me just show you something, Zach. This came with it for free. It is the original arranged soundtrack, a record which is pretty stunning, and it does actually work and everything, you know, it's not just for show. It is the Persona 4 LP record, and it's really nice. I haven't actually tried it on a record player yet, even though this one downstairs, but I would like to one time and see if it actually sounds any different to the free CD that comes with it. So there's that. And that's just game 1. It's good if you like those style of games, I mean. And if you like Persona 4, I don't see why not. Give it a go. Next up is Resi 6. This is the Steelbook Edition. Now, I don't know why I got the Steelbook Edition. Actually, I do. I'm a big fan of Resident Evil. If you've seen the Let's Plays that are going on, then you'll know that I really like them and I gush over them and generally make anyone awkward if I'm talking to them about it. It didn't come out with anything except for the Steelbook. It might have come with a soundtrack CD? No. A theme. I think it came with a theme and a couple of avatars or something. So there's that. I think it's quite possibly the worst Resident Evil since Resi Gaiden for Game Boy Advanced. Or maybe Survivor, Gun Survivor. It's not good. It's very actiony. It's got loads of quick time events, which Resident Evil 4 and 5 had as well, but I think in this it's overused and overdone, and it's just not horror at all. It's gone. Days of the Resident Evil King of Horror franchise has lost its horrorness. So yeah, number 2. Right, okay, couple of quick ones coming now. Uncharted 1. I played through a long time after it came out, actually, and I really enjoyed it. It's the best Uncharted game to date, I think, just because it's a bit slower, a bit less shooty. Even though you shoot now and again, it's a bit less of it, and you're discovering everything and all the characters for your first time, and that's what I like about it. Then there is Uncharted 2, which adds a lot more shooting. It adds rocket launchers and things like that. It's still good. It's still good. Worth playing. If you play Tomb Raider, you'll know what these games are. Or Last of Us is pretty much the same as that as well, just with not as good a story, but still very good. Then it's Uncharted 3, which I got pretty much on release because I like the other ones. It's not that good. It's got higher quality cutscenes and voice acting and everything like that you expect from a blockbuster game, but I don't know, the cutscenes really drag on. The fighting, there's way too much of it. There's not that much treasure hunting in a game, in a series that's supposed to be about treasure hunting, and that's what I dislike about it myself. Still, if you like the series a lot, go for it. It's not as bad as the Vita version, Golden Abyss. Hey ho, go for it. Rayman Legends, I got this for my birthday. Bought it on my birthday about a month ago now, and it is fun. It's fun platforming for Rayman. It's quite possibly my favourite Rayman game to date. By the time I got to the end and did all the extras and everything, I was bored because it's pretty much the same thing over and over and over again. But even saying that, I loved it so much. The music levels are so fun and impossibly hard towards the end. Impossibly hard, but you'll eventually get through them, you know. So yeah, that's another one. Okay, Tales of Grace's F. This came with... Well, everyone who knows the Tales series will know exactly what this game is about. It's anime tropes, it's stereotypes, it's... not turn-based battles, it's more action-y battles. If you've played Star Ocean, then you'll know sort of what's coming, you know. So yeah, this is what you'd expect. It's not the best Tales game by a mile, but it's still pretty good. The Collector's Edition came with a soundtrack, a making-of DVD, and an art book, a mini art book with a couple other characters in. It's alright, it's alright. Play it if you like your JRPGs a lot, you know. Then there's Tales of Xillia, came out not long ago now. This, once again, it's not the best Tales of game. The modern ones seem to have that sort of pattern going on for them. A lot of the locations are the same as each other, a lot of the soundtracks are the same as each other, or very bland and forgettable. But there are the odd standout moments. In the Collector's Edition for this, there's another character art book, there's a special music selection CD, and a special boxy thing. It's alright. Once again, I wouldn't recommend it as the first Tales of game to play. Symphonia is getting a re-release soon as a HD remaster, and that's certainly the one to wait for and grab when you get the chance. So that's going to be amazing. What next? Right, Ico and Shadow of the Colossus is a HD remaster. It's pretty perfect. I think Ico is the better of the two games. It's only a couple of hours long, maybe 5 hours long. But they're very quiet, very understated, very visually led. You enter a castle in Ico, climb around, you platform, but there are little puzzles here and there as well. It's hard to pinpoint what type of game it is other than saying adventure, which can be really a generic term, you know. And then the Shadow of the Colossus, where you run around the map. If you played Zelda and you've, say, Twilight Princess, it's pretty much just the field map part of Twilight Princess, which wasn't great, but you find bosses on the field map, you take them down, and you carry on with the game, just beating the bosses until you get to the very end. It doesn't sound like much, but it's nice. It's quiet, tranquil. It's a nice collection of games. Ico is the better of the two, in my opinion, but a lot of people disagree and say Shadow of the Colossus is. Whichever. Okay, Katherine. Katherine, you'll notice, is the American version because I could not wait long enough to grab it. It's a visual novel style game with puzzles. It's very dark. The art style and everything reminds me of Persona 4 a little bit. Same with the music. It's very Japanesey. Japanesey? I quite like that word. What else is there to say about it, really? You have nightmares. You have a girlfriend. She's very uptight. Another girl enters the bar that you go to, and she's a proper slut. And she's exciting. She's not as boring and naggy as your current girlfriend. And you have choices of which girlfriend to go for. Not girlfriend, but the girlfriend or the slut, for want of a better word. You can choose, have different choices, have different endings. And when you go to sleep at night, you have nightmares where you can actually die. And that's because you have been doing things unethically, maybe, is the best word to go for. And the puzzles are sort of like... What's that game? Oh, Cubert. I don't know if you played that really old game Cubert, where you're climbing blocks and stuff and trying to avoid the enemies. It's sort of like that, but you're trying to climb to the top of the tower instead of just trying to avoid the enemies. Yeah, so there's that. It's really nice if you like visual novels. Yeah. 3D Game Heroes. This is just like Zelda. It's the PS3's version of Zelda. There's no story to it, not really, other than a princess being kidnapped or whatever, that sort of thing. you create your own character, so it's not like you have your own character. You can make your own Link. You can make your character look like Link in Lego blocks. That's why the art style is like Lego. Let's see if we can see it in the back by there. Yeah, you create your own character. You can make him a Link, so it's exactly like Zelda. Or you can make... I made mine like a female Vivi. I thought that was interesting. But the first time I went through it, I just made him the generic guy that you can choose at the start. So yeah, like Zelda, if you know the old style Zelda 1 was most like, then you know exactly what it's like. The music is stunning, and I put music in a lot of my vlog episodes, and I think I'll do it for this. Have a couple of the 3D Game Hero music soundtrack thingies. Yeah. Now everyone knows the next one, Heavy Rain. I love this game so much. It's just like a movie game, which I don't generally like. It's the reason why I didn't like Last of Us, because it was just a movie with a couple of really boring gameplay elements. But for some reason, it really worked for me in this one. I know that's contradictory, but it just did. And with Beyond coming out soon, what you do, you make choices, same as with Katherine really. It's like a visual novel in itself, but really, really dark, gritty, full of death. And yeah, it's nice. You just gotta play it. If you've got a PS3, this is the classic that I would recommend the most. With Beyond coming out soon, it's not a sequel to this, but it's on the same makers. It's from Quantic Dream, and it's a completely unique game, but it's going to be the same sort of style. A movie with lots of quick time events and just a really interesting story, I'm hoping, where Ellen Page will be in it as well, literally voice acting it, and I think she did all the facial animations and things like that as well. Yeah, there's that. Next up is Bayonetta. I originally had this for the 360 until I sold the 360, and now I have the PS3 version, which I still have yet to play, but it is so nice. The cinematics are really cheesy and Japanesey, but I like that. I like that in my games, because the Japanese seem to know how to make games more fun than the Western games. That's what I find anyway. That's why I like my JRPGs and stuff. You couldn't tell that from the collection I got yet, could you? Apart from the Tales of games. But yeah, Bayonetta is just like Devil May Cry. It was criticised for being just like Devil May Cry, but with a woman who is dressed in clothes made of her own hair. She's a witch. If you've played Asura's Wrath, then you'd have a good idea of what Bayonetta is like as well, I think. Next up, this has just come out, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix. This has Kingdom Hearts 1 from the PS2 era, as a remaster, by the way, as well as Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, but it's the PS2 version that never came out over here in the UK. I played the GBA version and loved that so much, so it'd be nice to see how they evolved it from the GBA to the PS2, to the PS3 as well, I guess. Yeah, if you've played Kingdom Hearts, you know exactly what's coming. As well as that, it's got all the cutscenes from Kingdom Hearts 358/2 Days, however that's meant to be pronounced. It's the stupidest name for a game I've ever heard, but but it'll be interesting. That's what I'm playing at the moment, actually, because I only just got it the other week when it came out. Yeah, so there's that. RPG, action RPG, I guess.